What do we got? We've got an off day. I say that, and we're going to lift. We're going to get some shots up, but we wanted to keep it light. Obviously, got back late on Monday night. I guess Tuesday morning, 2 o'clock or so. So obviously, a great win for us up there at Oklahoma, and on to Kansas State. Proud of our guys, how we're getting better, improving, and proud of how we played, how we handled it. Got off to a good start and finished it off strong. So excited about it. It's a similar situation playing Kansas State as far as beat them in a close game at their place, and like we had with Oklahoma. And so really I continue to reinforce to our guys that, yeah, we beat them, and we need to get a sweep here in this Oklahoma thing. But, we barely beat them, and we only out-rebounded by one. And so it's got to be more than one in this one, and certainly they responded with that by out-rebounding by 22, and so that'll be our mentality going into Kansas State as well. It was a close win, a good win, but we're a better team now than we were then, and we got to keep building off of it. So excited about it, and looking forward to it. We'll get 2 good practices. It's just over at the Blue, the student cafeteria, I guess, and just trying to continue to talk to the students and get our students out and continue to create that fan base post-COVID and getting them out, our students at the game. So continue that great atmosphere that we've had there. It's been unbelievable, and so we're looking forward to it. And looking forward to baseball.
Speaking of the atmosphere, Jamie, is this kind of what you thought you guys could overcome or develop?
Well, I mean, we're breaking a record. I mean, we're probably got too many in there, but that's what we're doing. So yeah, we're in a whole new world. I mean, I wish I could foresee everything when I came here to TCU. I mean, COVID and NIL and transfer portal, and hey, we're adapting, and we're getting students there, and they're loving it. I think really the players are connecting. We got really outgoing kids. We have a couple different events on campus. We had the tree lighting deal, and all our guys were there and engaged and just talking and around students. You can see them engaging with the students after the game, during the game. Damien's very outgoing. Eddie obviously is a shy kid, but we're trying to get him out of his shell. And Mike's very outgoing. Fran's very outgoing. So they all are. I mean, I sensed that early when we got together in June. Like, this is not a team like you've got to, get them going. It's almost like, we just got to keep a steady ship, and because they've got a lot of energy and a very outgoing bunch. So that's it's great. Again, they are students first, and connecting to the students is part of the experience. We talked about I was talking to Jeremiah today, and we're talking about Desmond Bain, and he's congrats on the Rising Stars. I think that was last night. I think that was announced, but we always talk about him like no student athlete at this place or maybe anywhere, got more out of the college experience and connecting with the students and just representing a program, a university. He told the story of we had an employment job fair thing. I think it was career night. I guess career night, the one that we have a number of those events, but a career night, and here he was, the last student athlete in the career night, the last one to leave, talking to boosters, and the last one to go. And so, hopefully we can get him a job here this summer through that. Some connections he made. So. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and I say that, and I was thinking about it today. What should we do as far as conditioning but this we took obviously yesterday we had to be off, and then today was a decision we made. But again, we'll do some stuff, but they know their bodies. And then I looked at what we have coming up too. I mean, it's 3 games a week, a couple of the weeks. So this would be the only time we'd have this situation. Kind of always look for that Monday game. That's something we did in the Big East when you had that big Monday. Is maybe you have the opportunity for the 2 games. We got the late game. We got the 7 o'clock game on Saturday, so we'll have the shoot around time to prepare there for Kansas State too as well. So I feel like yeah, I do. I mean, some guys I'm concerned about as far as conditioning or just playing reps, and we'll work with them today that aren't playing as many minutes. But then we have obviously Damian and Mike, the ones who are concerned and with minutes and what they're playing. So it's a pretty good balance what we have right now. I'd like to get their minutes down a little bit less, but not much. It's 30 is the number, and that we're trying to get to. Yeah, I mean it's something we've come up with short. Obviously, our league's had something to do with that, but you got to win every home game. I mean, I know, and already we've got 2 losses at home, and that has to be the mentality. And there's no excuse to lose a home game. I don't care what they're ranked, and that has to be our mentality. And we got to create that. We got to play well. We got to create that atmosphere, and we've got to just make that an expectation, a standard that. But yeah, we've got a tough road, but we've got home games coming up, as you said, and we've got to play well early, play well late. We've got to kind of set the tone and play to our. I've been telling them and talking about our identity. Accepting or acknowledging and relishing who we are. And we said we had to be the best defensive team in the league, and we had to be the best rebounding team in the league. And if you're that, you're generally going to be the best in the country because we're by far the best league in the country. So we've done those things, and and I don't know if they knew that we could do it, but they're seeing it now, and I think they're really engaged in it and proud of it, and it's something that we want to protect each day. Yeah. Yeah, we've done that late game situations more with Fran in there, and we probably could do it more, or should be. But I thought Micah did some really good things for us, and Chuck's been good too. But I think we have a lot of versatility, and we can go different ways. But I think I think Kansas is going to do this. Kansas State's going to do the same thing. It's just a lot of teams are kind of playing with that, token pressure in the backcourt, not a full-out trap. Now we've had some traps at the end of games because of our leads. But that's just something that we've done a little bit more too this year, but not to the amount that maybe Oklahoma was doing it light. Texas was effective against us in a number of things. So LSU was doing it. So, I mean, it's just kind of the trend. The good defensive teams, the LSUs, the ones in our leagues have used some. I say token pressure, but it's just a full court thing, and we've got we've got to continue across the board to do a better job taking care of the ball. It's obviously our biggest area to improve, and we have improved, and we just got to keep heading that direction. We've got to get shots up. I mean, it's simple to say. When you're the best offensive rebound team in the country, getting a shot up is a very important thing, and so. We got to continue to do that. And we've been shooting a good percentage too lately. Offense was just a lot better than it was a couple weeks ago, and even at the start of the year. And so, I think just having these guys out there playing, I think, as Brian pointed out, I think conditioning-wise, health-wise, we're in the best spot we've been all year. I mean, early in the year we were getting guys hurt in and out, and then the COVID, and now we're. This has been as good a stretch as we had, except for October, September, when things were really I felt really good about where we were at.
Surprised at all after winning against LSU and winning on the road with OU that you guys dropped the net rankings from 36 to 40?
I think we went the right way. Yeah, it's like did we go to 40 today? I mean, we must have lose a couple teams lost. I know that we had beaten. Yeah, I mean the margin of victory has a lot of impact on it, I think, and and again, other teams I know I think Georgetown lost last night. I think we moved down a couple today. I thought we would because a couple teams we played lost. So yeah, some things factor in, but no, it's gone the right way. And I think I talked about it before, where I think this thing is margin of victory is too much of a factor in these things, especially early in the year, in these with less games and the non-conference games, and you're really rewarded for winning by 40 points. And we didn't do that the first 4 games. I mean, that's the thing that's hurt us the most. We weren't at our best. We had obviously issues, and we had a bad loss during that time. But we also didn't win those 3 games by enough of a margin. And when you're played 13, 14, 18, 19 games, it'll have less of an effect. But it's a big factor. And if that's what they wanted, that's what they got.
Down the stretch here, sitting 4-3 in conference, what do you think the target is for getting into the tournament?
I mean, you always say 9 for conference games. I mean, this conference is probably puts you in a different boat, but that's what you got to say. That's a guarantee. But we obviously have teams at 8, and this conference is, I think, the strongest top to bottom it's ever been. I don't know the numbers exactly, and of course we got a new formula in the net. So, but as far as the lowest team in a conference, I mean it's pretty high for the lowest team, whoever it is at this point. So, the numbers are ridiculous how good it is, and of course now we're playing each other and we're going down a little bit. Some teams, and that's it speaks to our conference.
When you look at K-State, obviously I think they had a 4-game losing streak, but then
Yeah.
Tech and Texas, and now they're
Right.
kind of reeling again. But, I mean, you can't really, because that's you can't really sleep on it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think if I have this right, I'm just going by memory now. I haven't started watching our game, but they lost, I think, 4 in a row, and then they beat Tech. And there, so I mean, just talking about a team that lost 4 close games, if I'm not mistaken. I think all were last possession or really close to that, 3 of them, and then they go and they beat Tech by a pretty good margin. It just shows what type of kids they have. I mean, they've already proven that they ain't backing down, and they're battling. They're old. We played them. They didn't have McQuirl. I think was not at his best and play. And then probably took a little while to get back going again. And then, they've got a good veteran starting 5, as does everybody's aim to have. And we know, how well they guard and how offensively how much stuff they run. The good news is we have plenty of time to prepare for them and get some things across. So, we'll physically, I think we'll be ready. Mentally, we'll be ready, and we're just looking forward to a great atmosphere and improving upon our last 2.
Coach Pat Ford, he said that Jim Bay, it's not Jim Bay wanted to go. 500 is 11. How do you say that about that?
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's I mean, he's a dear friend too. So, I mean, the coach has earned his right, and so I'm not even going to discuss him. I'll just speak to what he means to me. I mean, he when I became the head coach there, and even when I was an associate head coach, he was just a guy somehow I connected with. I was good friends with their assistants, and just always reached out to him, and he reached out to me and got me involved with Coaches versus Cancer with him and his wife, Julie, and my wife, and got me involved with. I used to joke that I spent my off season going to meetings and listening to Coach Boeheim because he got me involved with Coaches versus Cancer, NABC, which he was, I think, the president at the time. He got me involved in that. Big East meetings. He would tend to USA Basketball. Yes, he was the head of USA Basketball. So I would say my off season was I was an audience for Jim, Coach Boeheim, and but I learned a lot of great things from him too. And he does it his way, and he does it. He doesn't hide from that fact. And but the ultimate thing was I always said to people, he had this. He kind of can be, combative at times, but he definitely cared about college basketball. He's definitely cared about it. I mean, all those things, he's still on the committees. He's still on, I mean, he cares about the game and where it was going and what it was doing and USA basketball. And, you know, so, I mean, he didn't have to be doing that stuff. And he was always engaged, always on the phone calls. He's on calls right now. I mean, we're on calls. He's on this ad hoc committee we put together with the NABC, and he's, you know, obviously a voice and along with Coach K and Izzo and Cal. This is all the Hall of Famers, and he's you know, he's still right there and giving his opinion. And oftentimes he's right. Oftentimes he's right. It may ruffle some feathers, but oftentimes he's right. So I don't know if that answered your question, but yeah, I have great respect for him.
Anything else, Coach? Good? All right.
Thank you, guys.